going to be a big-time matchup, a top 3 showdown in the NCAA women's water polo world featuring number 2 Stanford and number 3 UCLA. Kevin Dana on the call with you this afternoon. This should be a fun one. My word. There are 3 teams above the rest, year in, year out in women's water polo: Stanford, USC, and UCLA, and 2/3 of them are right here in Avery. And, of course, not too far behind, Arizona State and Cal, year in, year out. UC Irvine, Hawaii can get into the mix, but really, it's usually 2 of 3 between Stanford, USC, and UCLA, the only teams to actually win NCAA championships. So for Stanford, it's a 5-1 start to the season. Their lone loss came in the opener against Arizona State. That was the first time they had ever lost to the Sun Devils. Now here comes the PR spin for you. That was the first game for Stanford this year, and it was the 9th game for Arizona State. So you take that into account. Stanford was down 4, got that thing to within 1, lost 10-9. Then they came back and blew out Arizona State 12-6 the next time out. Their other 2 MPSF matches, they're 3-1 in MPSF play. A sweep of Indiana at home last weekend, 15-5 on Sunday, and last Saturday, 17-6. UCLA undefeated, 4-0 on the year, 2-0 in the MPSF. They swept Cal last weekend at home, 9-8. Actually, 2 weekends ago, 9-8 and 11-5 in reverse order. UCLA in the Whitecaps. Stanford in the Cardinal Caps. Here we go for the sprint for UCLA. It'll be Val Ayala, the junior from Anaheim. And for Stanford, we can't quite tell the cap yet. We made a rookie mistake today. We didn't bring the binoculars. Yeah, that'll be Sarah Klass sprinting for the Cardinal. Ball's in the pool, and we are underway. Brandon Skiva and Darren Spirito Santo are officials, and Stanford wins the opening sprint. Should be a fun game here. Jamia Bent in cage. For UCLA, actually, that looks like Georgia Phillips. Looks like a 1A. We'll double check on that for you, but we're going to get an exclusion right off the bat, and that's going to go on number 11, Ayala. So 6-on-5 for the Cardinal. Moving it around the perimeter. Great look inside and a goal for the Cardinal. That'll go for Chloe Harbalis on the 6-on-5. So a 6-on-5 goal for the Cardinal to start as Ayala gets called for the kick out. A great pass from the perimeter there. Good way to start this one off. Emilia Eichelberger in cage. Phillips for UCLA. Shot goes off the bar on the attempt from 5 meters for the Bruins. An attempt coming from Bella Baia. UCLA cap numbers much smaller than the Stanford cap numbers. Hannah Constance passes it off. Here's Hannah Shab. Shab walking it in. Back to Constance, the lefty. Sister Kayla also played for the Cardinal. Nice field block. And it hit the end line, so it'll be taken over by Phillips and UCLA. Well, the field block there, nicely done by Abby Hill. Who, of course, the Hill, a legacy family for UCLA water polo. There's Sammy, an Olympic goalkeeper. Cody, a great attacker. They try to get it into 2 meters, and that pass is stolen. Taken away by Hannah Shab. So the Bruins offense unable to get anything going. And on the counterattack, that one directs off Romer. And pinballs, fortunately for the Cardinal, right to Chloe Harbalis. They go inside to 2 meters and drawing another exclusion. There is Sarah Klass, so another 6-on-5 for the Cardinal. And again, I'm trying to read that count number. It looks like either 8 or 11 for UCLA. Shot is field blocked out of play, so that'll turn it back over. So Stanford 1 for 2 on the 6-on-5. We'll try to clean up that exclusion, who it's on, when we can take a look at the exclusion board at the quarter break. So sides at even strength here. And a big field block. That's Sarah Class. So Stanford with a couple of field blocks to start this one off. In the counterattack, open water here for Jewel Romer, who's gotten off to a great start this season. Makes it 2-0 on the one-on-none. Beautiful outlet from Eichelberger, and Jewel Romer makes the Bruins pay. Wow. So for Romer, the freshman from Martinez, it's her 13th goal in the season. That's third on the team. She has 5 multi-goal games and 6 outings. Only other player on the – there's only one other player to do that in the Cardinal, and that is Sarah Class, who leads the team in goals with 21 coming in. Again, Phillips getting the start in cage for UCLA. Here's Lexi Leibowitz going up top. Skip shot's going to bar in, and UCLA gets on the board. The goal for Annalise Miller. For Annalise Miller, that's her 3rd goal of the season, the freshman from Danville nearby. NorCal kid deciding to go to SoCal for her college days. Nice move here by Romer. Gets free. Madison Stamen back to Romer. About midway through the first. Romer walking it in. Stamen with the cross pass. And a contra foul called on the Cardinal. Trying to look inside for Harbalis. They turn it right back over on the offensive. So Stanford gets it right back. Trying to post up Rowell inside. Lexi Rowell. A post up down low. Guarded by a very tough defender down low in Mina Simmons. Leibowitz with the on-ball defense there for UCLA now. Guarding Harbalis. Harbalis had the first goal of the game. Bar in for her 2nd tally of the contest. And Chloe Harbalis, the junior from Newport Beach, now up to 17 goals this season, 2nd on the team. The CDMC queen getting it done for John Tanner and friends. 3-1 Cardinal as we have passed the midpoint of the first. Stanford winners of 5 in a row. UCLA a 4-0 start to the season. Exclusion foul on the Cardinal. And that's going to go on 13 Wallace. Sophie Wallace picks up her first personal. So UCLA's first 6-on-5 opportunity. Stanford 1 for 2 on the power play to this point. Up top, and that's going to be knocked away. Batted aside by Eichelberger. And Stanford gets a 5-on-6 stop. Exclusion foul against UCLA. I'll go on Katrina Drake. 3rd power play for the Cardinal. Wallace moving it around. Wallace up top. Drops it off. Class skips it home. Gets past Phillips. And it's a 4-1 lead. Stanford 2 for 3 on the 6-on-5. And a line change here for the Cardinal. In the pool for UCLA, Malia Allen. Just checking in Roxy Wheaton. Get it into 2 meters. And an exclusion foul drawn. So a 6-on-5 for UCLA. As that goes on Jones. An offensive on the 6-on-5, not what Adam Wright wanted to see. So UCLA, slow start on the power play. Class in transition. There's the Lions. Trying to direct it inside to Class. Has 2 defenders draped over her, but the whistle takes it the other way. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. UCLA trying to get out on the break here. Wheaton passing it off. Malia Allen walking it in. Can shoot from 5. Elects not to do so on the common foul. They draw it into 2. Kick back out and field blocked out of play. Shab gets another hand on it on the attempt from Wheaton. So Stanford up by 3 in transition. A dominant start here for the Cardinal. Of course, we know when these teams get together how quickly things can change. Constance.
1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
Under a buck to go in the first. Constance trying to go cross cage on a lob shot that bars out. Phillips will take it over. So one last look here, you think offensively for UCLA as Allen in transition here for the Bruins. Figured Stanford will get one more look as well. Back up top. They go inside to 2 meters. Lob shot drops in, beautifully placed. And a goal there for Bella Baya for UCLA. For Baya, the junior from Orange, it's their second of the season. Also scored last time out against Cal in that nail by 9-8 win. Played her high school polo at Santa Margarita Catholic, then her last 2 years at Mater Dei. A couple of really good water polo schools, especially Mater Dei. As Brooke Maxson checks back in for the Bruins, number 20. So shot clock off here for the Cardinal. It's been a very solid first period for them. Up 4-2. Contra called on the card. Maxson. Length of about a mid-tank shot was field blocked out. And Eichelberger, I'll just throw it the other way. Phillips gets the save, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. So far, so good for the Cardinal. Stanford leading UCLA 4-2. We'll take a break. Come back more with Stanford Women's Water Polo on Pac-12+. All 8 minutes in the books. 4-2, Stanford leading UCLA. Kevin Dano on the call with you. Got a full crew on board for us today, directing the show. PJ Reyes on camera. We got Dan Sherry and Alex Likens, Elijah Gonzalez here, kind of co-EPing alongside Mackenzie Haynes and Evan Miller on the graphics. Give me that sweet Pac-12+ logo in your top right corner and the score bug down there in the left. It's 4-2 Stanford. We take a look at the John Tanner huddle. Nobody better as far as coaching accolades in women's water polo than JT and what he has done now in his 24th season at the helm. 7 national championships, 5 MPSF titles, 6-time National Coach of the Year, 6-time MPSF Coach of the Year. Adam Wright, the head coach for UCLA, started out as just the men's coach. Then they fired Brandon Brooks, former national team goalkeeper. And Adam Wright took over the women's program as well. This is his 4th year guiding the women. And so sprinting this time will be Stamen for Stanford. And UCLA will take this sprint from Lexi Leibowitz. So Leibowitz gets it done for the Bruins this time around. So both teams with a 1-sprint-1. Leibowitz, a very lethal lefty for the Bruins. Maybe my favorite Leibowitz story. So 1 year in high school, she tore a ligament in her left hand her junior year and still had 73 goals and 72 assists that season. Just incredible. And she's got it right now. Shot clock down to 7. That's field blocked away. And Stanford making life easier for Emilia Eichelberger. Stamen getting a mid on it. Just had a Shab. Shab. Rowell posting up. Exclusion foul drawn. Harbalis had 2 defenders draped all over her. And that's on Leibowitz. That's her first. Stanford 2 for 3 on the power play. UCLA 0 for 2. Stamen. Shab. Skip shot near side, turn to side. And ball will be placed back in play on a corner throw at 2 meters. Phillips, her second save. Great look inside and the redirect home for Harbalis off the feed from Sophie Wallace. 3rd goal of the game for Chloe Harbalis. That was just a beautiful assist from Wallace. Wow. That is how you run the 6-on-5. Stanford 3 for 4 on the power play. Now there are to clean up kind of the confusion in the first quarter. Ayala did pick up that second personal. So Ayala has 2, Drake has 1, Leibowitz has 1 for UCLA. Leibowitz here going inside, trying to get it to 2 meters, and it's stolen. The pass didn't have enough mustard on it. Great on-ball pressure from Harbalis, and Stamen gets the steal. Stanford on the counterattack. In transition, it's Rowell. Stamen with Leibowitz in her grill. Up top, Stamen, 6 to shoot. Dumping it inside. Rowell at 2 meters has it taken away. Good converging whole defense there from the Bruins. Roxy Wheaton inside alongside Annalise Miller, converging to get the theft. Exclusion foul on the Cardinal. That's going to go on Rowell, her first. 3rd power play opportunity for UCLA. Leibowitz on the lefty side. Cross pass handled. UCLA moving it around. Don't want that ball to hit the water. Good look inside. Beautifully run power play there for UCLA. Skylar Savar on the goal. And Savar, that's just her first goal of the season. Really nicely run power play there for UCLA. So the Bruins 1 for 3, Stanford 3 for 4. And that is the difference. 2 more goals on the 6-on-5 for Stanford. They lead 5-3. That'll be a common foul on Abby Hill. Trying to get the steal from Harbalis, and now we get an offensive call. UCLA in transition. A one-on-none. Going cross cage with the goal. And UCLA has it within one thanks to the second goal for Belabaya. So Belabaya getting out in transition. It's her third goal this season. Two of them have come today. So it's 5-4 Stanford. Lead down to 1. Florian Carroll, first time we've seen her. She's got it right now for the Cardinal. Looking inside. Class draws an exclusion. Another 6-on-5 opportunity. That's on Baya. Shot is deflected. And Stanford can't cash in. So Baya picks up her first personal. Stanford now 3 for 5 on the power play. UCLA a chance to tie things up. They've trailed by as many as 3. They were down 4-1. Leah Allen gives it off. Pass up top nearly taken away. Maxon got it. Skip shot. Does squirt all the way through to Eichelberger, but the steam was taken off it by then. We got Emilia with 2 saves. Outlet to Romer. Guarded by Maxon. Draws the common foul. And apparently that foul happened inside 5 meters and wasn't allowed to shoot. So it's turned back over to UCLA. Allen. Hill. Abby Hill. Lob shot, bar out. That was a tough shot to take there for UCLA. Defended well by the Cardinal. Almost got it to sneak in. That was Baya on that last attempt. Class inside and not expecting it was Shab. Stolen away by Johnson, Ava Johnson with the steal. She had 8 of those last year for the Bruins. Maxon in transition on the counter for UCLA. Offensive. And then right back to UCLA. The contra on the counter. Slow it down. Palmer with it. Maxon. They go inside. It's stolen. Harbalis with the theft. Chloe Harbalis. A hat trick. Big steal right there. She's been good defensively. Class now. Stanford looking to push the edge back up to 2. Working on Allen. And a timeout called as there's an exclusion foul called on Palmer. So that's the first personal on Hannah Palmer. John Tanner wants to set up the 6-on-5. 2:28 to go in the first half. Stanford with a 5-4 lead on UCLA. Well, the Cardinal have been successful on the power play to this point, 3 for 5. And really had the power play going in a game last weekend, last Saturday, in their 17-6 win over Indiana. The Cardinals 6 for 8 on the 6-on-5. Now, 50% is considered pretty good. I mean, and I think that's kind of a high bar. You hear coaches talk about trying to convert half of their power plays. against the cream of the crop, you're not going to do that very often. I think kind of mid-30s for a game like this. If you're converting a third or more of your power plays, you're doing a decent job. But 6 for 8 against Indiana, really impressive stuff there for the Cardinal. And that 17-6 win, Sarah Class had a game. 7 goals and 3 steals. Chloe Harbalis had 3 goals and 3 steals in that game, and it's just one that was never really contested. The 2 non-conference wins for Stanford this year coming against San Jose State, who, yes, is in the MPSF, but that was a non-conference contest. And San Diego State 16-10. 16-10. They beat San Jose State 16-7. UCLA's non-conference wins coming against Fresno State and UC Irvine. So out of the timeout, Stanford on the power play, looking to extend the lead to 2. Romer. Here's Class at the point. Sub will be coming in for UCLA, not Palmer, who's been taken out of the sin bin. Oh, bad pass there. That will pretty much kill the power play. 20 seconds are up. But they still have the possession, and a skip shot goes in for Sarah Class, her second of the game. Technically won't count as a 6-on-5 goal, but close to it. As checking in there was Annalise Miller for Palmer. But a big goal out of the timeout. So the play did work. It just didn't come on the 6-on-5. And it's 6-4. Minus Simmons up top, the 2-meter defender. Trying to go inside to 2 meters, kick back out. But out of the grasp of Simmons, so Leibowitz tracks it down. Simmons walks it in, looking inside. Wraparound shot will go home. And the goal down low for Katrina Drake. Drake, a utility player, posting up that time. Drake has her first of the game, and just like that, UCLA within 1. For Drake, it's her 3rd goal in 3 games. Did not play the first 2 games this season for the Bruins. 1.5 to go in the first half. It's been an exciting first 14 minutes and 30 seconds. Trying to go down low. That'll be an exclusion foul. Going against UCLA and minus Simmons. Rowell earning that ejection. Stanford 3 for 6 on the power play. Kind of 3.5 out of 6, but they don't count power plays like that. Class. Great setup there to Jewel Romer. 1 defender for 2 players, passing it off at the last second to Romer from Class. And Romer has her second of the game. And Stanford 4 for 7 on the power play. And the lead is 7-5. That is perfect power play execution for the Cardinal. You have the advantage in players. You create the odd player situation there on one side in kind of a narrowed setting. Going to make the things really hard for the defense. Trying to go inside 2 meters now. They kick it out to Leibowitz. Shot missing near side. Wide of the mark. In transition. Great opportunity to go up 3. It's Constance able to walk it in. Has the look and turned aside. Beautiful save by Phillips. Shot clock is off for the Cardinal, though. They got it back south of 35. And so Stanford can hold for 1 here. Abby Hill looking to apply some pressure. Trying to force a turnover. It's a common foul instead. UCLA trying to speed Stanford up a little bit. Under 10 seconds. Shab looking inside. Harbalis can't wrangle it in. Stolen away by Leibowitz. And Georgia Phillips just going to have to heave one from 22 meters. And an easy save for Eichelberger. So 16 minutes down, 16 to play. As advertised, we've had some fun water polo. 7-5 Stanford. We'll be back with the second half in 5 minutes. The start of the second half, it is 7-5 Stanford leading UCLA. What has been a closely contested battle to this point. Sprint is on. Sarah Class for the Cardinal, trying to get the Cardinals a second sprint, and she will do just that. She beat Ayala to the punch there. So we switch ends for the second half. And here's Jewel Romer at 2 goals alongside Sarah Class. Harbilis had 3. Harbilis, I should say. That's a foul on. That's Ayala. That's her 3rd. Now it looks like number 11 from here. And judging by the fist and the thumb thrown up by the official, pretty sure Baya's done for already. Catch and shoot on the 6 and 5 on the lefty scores. Hannah Constance puts it in. And Stanford now 5 for 8 on the power play. Eight 5 Stanford for Constance. It's her 8th goal this season, had 24 last year. Abby Hill going inside, looking for Drake. And she draws the exclusion foul. Oh, no, that's Ava Johnson, excuse me. So that foul goes on Jones, her 2nd, guarding 2 meters. So UCLA, 1 for 3 on the 6 on 5. Stanford has created a lot more extra player opportunities. Baya up top. Bella Baya knocked away by Eichelberger. Unofficially her 4th save. Wallace checks in for the foul-plagued Jones and takes it the other way. Sophie Wallace hands it off. Class now. Stanford looking to extend the lead early in the 3rd. Offensive. The UCLA the other way with Baya. Allen. There's Maxon. Maxon walking it in for the Bruins. Brooke Maxon, lob shot, perfectly placed. And Brooke Maxon with a big goal for UCLA. That makes it 8-6. Not quite 2 minutes gone by in the 3rd. Constance. Looking inside for Sarah Class. She draws a common. Cross pass knocked away. So UCLA gets the stop. Stanford has threatened to pull away from UCLA a couple of times. They've had their opportunities to get it to a 4-goal game, but haven't been able to do so. Walking it in, UCLA with a big opportunity here. Lexi Leibowitz faking, firing, deflected out. Constance was there alongside Romer. One of those two will get credited for the field block. Constance with it. Sister Kayla played here. Now, there was some confusion, I remember, when Kayla was here, whether it's Constance or Constance. I think it was Constance. And I confirmed that with a couple of players who are not playing today. At least I said Constance, and they didn't correct me. So if it is Constance, we apologize. It's an exclusion foul on UCLA. I think that's Simmons. Can't quite tell from here. It would make sense, a 2-meter defender. They are the ones who traditionally pick up more personal fouls. Great pass. The look off from Harbalus to Shab, but Shab fires high of the mark. So UCLA the other way. Still within 2. Leibowitz. Drake posting up at 2 meters. Trying to tuck it in near side. Leibowitz didn't have the angle. Shab. Try to go inside to 2, and it's knocked away. And 2-meter defense there from the Bruins. Malia Allen knocking it aside. Skip shot is in. Palmer puts it home. And just like that, it's a 1-goal game. Hannah Palmer, her first goal of the contest, 3rd of the season after 24 last year as a freshman. The sophomores from Irvine went to Orange Lutheran. Olu. Another one of those water polo powers in the OC. Just about midway through this 3rd period, and it was a 2-goal game at the half. It's a 1-goal game now. One of 6 different Bruins to score in this game. Hannah Palmer. 4 different players to score for the Cardinal. Great move by Romer. Class is fouled. And a contra called. I think they're going to get Rao with a little push-off inside on Maxon. Maxon has it now, who is guarding Rao at 2 meters. A chance for UCLA to tie now. Been trailing the whole way. Put in. And Stanford kind of fell asleep a little bit there defensively. Sloughed off on Maxon. And Maxon just had a wide open lane to just slot that one home. Maxon, her 2nd goal. We are tied up, folks, 8-8. 3 straight goals from the Bruins after falling down 8-5 early in the period. And Stanford had possession, up 8-5. Stamen looking to provide a response. Romer is fouled. She can shoot if she wants. Not now. Looking inside. Skip shot near side. Kept out of the cage. A Class couldn't quite tuck that one underneath Phillips. Another save, the 4th. Cross cage shot turned aside. The attempt there from Miller, and Eichelberger with the stop. Stanford looking to reclaim the edge here, as UCLA had a great look to take their first lead, couldn't cash in. Stamen. 11 to shoot here for Stanford off the common foul. Class. 4 on the timer. Field blocked. Leibowitz. Now, UCLA has really tightened the screws on Stanford. Not getting good looks on Cage. Shots are bothered. Hands in the air, getting field blocks. Inside they go. Ava Johnson on a great turn. Draws the foul on Stamen. And Adam Wright calls for the 6-on-5. Calls for the timeout to set up the 6-on-5. 1:56 to go in the 3rd. This is just a 30-second timeout to get the 6-on-5 personnel in for the Bruins. UCLA 2 for 4 on the power play, as far as I've counted. All stats given unofficial. We don't got the Fosh up here. Leibowitz faking. Tries to go up top, and that pass is smothered by Class. Darren Spirito Santo calling the ball out of the pool. Resetting the shot clock. And Stanford has six field players back in the pool. So they reset the shot clock to 14. We are at even strength. So Stanford gets the 5-on-6 stop, but UCLA still has it. Near side skip from Allen is knocked away. It'll stay with UCLA, however. And then a push-off inside, a contra foul on the Bruins. Adam Wright hands on his head after that. Coming the other way, Sarah Class. John Tanner calling for Chloe to move out of the 2-meter spot and want to try to post someone else up. Shab's moving inside. On the perimeter here for the Cardinal, it's a Romer. Romer draws the foul. She can shoot if she wants. She'll take the shot. No, it's a pass inside, and it's a great look to Sarah Class. Wow. Romer, the assist. Class, the hat trick. And Stanford goes in front, 9-8. Just under a minute to go in the third. That is a heck of a pass there from Romer. The way she popped it to herself, it led you to believe that she was going to fire that one off. And we are kind of looking behind the cage. But maybe our depth perception not quite all the way there. That said, it was a heck of a decision from Romer. The freshman went to Acalanes, one of the best schools in the East Bay for water polo. Won the inaugural beach water polo title at the FINA Worlds in 2019. The beach water polo, that's a fun sport. Seen some of that on the counterattack. Show that Greg Meskel used to host. There's a 6-on-5 now here for UCLA. That's going on Jones. That's her second personal. UCLA an opportunity to tie it right back up late in the third. Knocked down first on the shot from Palmer by Shab. Stanford another 5-on-6 stop late in the third quarter. Now the shot clock off for the Card. Trying to win a second straight national championship. There was no champion last year due to COVID-19. Stanford won it in 2019, defeating USC in the finals. Offensive called on the Card. 12 seconds left for UCLA. Here comes Roxy Wheaton. Palmer turning, firing, bar out. And that'll do it for the third. And the intensity picking up here at the Avery Aquatic Center. Through 24 minutes, Stanford with a 9-8 lead on UCLA. Don't go anywhere. Don't you dare touch that dial. There's not really a dial for the internet. It's kind of antiquated wording. But don't go anywhere. That message remains the same. You're watching Stanford Women's Water Polo on Pac-12+. We'll see. Stanford leads UCLA 9-8. Stanford was up 8-5. UCLA scored 3 straight. And then Stanford with the go-ahead goal late in the third quarter via Sarah Class. All-important opening sprint of the fourth. Class takes it. Class 3-0 in sprints today. The one quarter she didn't take the sprint. UCLA got it. She's got it here. Stanford looking to build a 2-goal lead. Common foul the call. Late in the clock here for Stanford, 8 to fire. And then an exclusion foul. That's going on Brooke Maxon. 6 on 5 here. The first on Maxon. Firing just high is Romer. Stanford 5 of 10 on the power play. And to clean things up, we said that was the second on Jones of Stanford on Skylar Jones. It was actually her third. Skylar Jones is fouled out. So has Ayala for UCLA. Bella Baya couldn't take it. Couldn't control it, and it's taken away by Eichelberger. Thanks to some defense from behind by Sarah Klass. Of course, her older sister, Kat, was a great player here on the farm. Move it around. Harbalis. Looking inside to 2 meters. And an exclusion foul on the Bruins. That's going on Palmer. That's her second. Stanford's been good on the power play. 5 for 10 by our count. Klass. Faking. Goes up top. Moving it around. Wallace. Cross pass. Another one. And a 5-meter penalty coming up. So that's a personal foul on Ava Johnson. I believe they put up 13. And so a 5-meter penalty be taken by Jewel Romer. Chance to go up too. She needs 2 meters of her free space on each side as Romer. Looked like Leibowitz was getting a little too close. Romer skips it in. Puts it past the keeper. And Stanford has a 2-goal lead. Jewel Romer, the third Cardinal player to register a hat trick, joining Chloe and Sarah Klass. And so Stanford with the first 5-meter penalty of the game, and it gives them a 2-goal lead. Still plenty of time for UCLA, and Adam Wright wants to talk things over with 6:20 to go. Stanford 10, UCLA 8. Thank you for tuning in. These teams will play tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. So how they're doing it in MPSF this year, you get a back-to-back at home, and you get back-to-backs with teams. So instead of playing them once at home, once on the road, this year you cut down on travel. You just play them twice, either at your place or theirs. And so for Stanford, kind of fortunate that they do get UCLA twice at home, but that means they get USC twice on the road, and that'll be their next opponent, and that'll be in a couple of weeks. Then they're at Cal on the 17th and 18th, and then they have San Jose State. Now for UCLA next weekend, they're at San Jose State. Then they're at Arizona State and Indiana, which I imagine Indiana's coming to Arizona State to play those games as well, because it's 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. Then they finish the season at home with 2 matches against USC. Couldn't get confirmation on that UCLABruins.com schedule where those Indiana matches were taking place, because they're not going to play a back-to-back against Arizona State and then travel overnight and play another back-to-back against Arizona. I don't think. So out of the Adam Wright stoppage, and it's UCLA possession. Down by 2. Palmer with it. She's scored in this contest already. They go to the lefty, Leibowitz. Leibowitz gets it back. They dump it inside. Kick back out. That's Drake at 2 meters with Rowell on her back. They get it inside, and a ball under is forced. Kind of a double post offense run there by UCLA, and Sarah Class and Wallace forcing the ball under, and Stanford gets a big stop out of the right timeout. Ordinary called on the Bruins. And another common foul. And another. Harbalis. Great afternoon for her thus far. Harbalis. Hounded. She can shoot if she wants. Harbalis will give it off. Another common foul. Wallace. Faking. And no. Took too much time. Got to fire that thing right away on Cage. Can't fake and fire off the foul. So UCLA gets it back. Leibowitz walking in. Major league field block for Wallace. He's had some really nice plays on the defensive end. A nice assist earlier, if my memory serves me correct. Annalise Miller gets it back. Bar out. Pangs all the way back to about 8 meters. Leibowitz. They go down low. Johnson can't get free. Defended well inside by Harbalis, and Stanford gets another stop. UCLA scoreless thus far in the fourth as Stanford tries to extend its lead to 3. Romer trying to turn. Guarded by Abby Hill. Abby commits the common. 4.5 to play. And that's another common foul. Had her hand all over Romer's shoulder, and then a contra. Contra foul on Stanford. UCLA on the counterattack. An opportunity here with a Phillips outlet. If she could put it on the money, this could really key something here for the Bruins. And Stanford gets back well defensively. Abby Hill. Now we're going to have an exclusion foul. That's going on Madison Stamen. That's her second. So an opportunity on the 6-on-5 for UCLA, which is 2 for 6. Miller sets up Drake beautifully, had all sorts of time and space, and finds a home. Katrina Drake has her second. UCLA has been pretty solid on the 6-on-5 as well, 3 for 7. So midway through the fourth, UCLA hanging right in there. And we've talked about it's kind of, only 3 teams have won the national championship in women's water polo. Really, since the turn of the decade to 2010, it's been either Stanford or USC. UCLA's gotten to the finals a few times for sure, and they've been really close. But only Stanford or USC has won it the last, I guess, 10 years, because we didn't have a champion in 2020. UCLA won it in 2009 with Adam Krikorian, and he took over the national team. And has been doing a fantastic job. Back-to-back golds. Hopefully a third in a row in 2021 in Tokyo. Constance goes up top. Gets it back. On the catch and shoot. The grip and rip, and she rattles the cage. Off the pass from Class. Hannah Constance, her second. And Stanford back up by 2, 11-9 with 3:38 to go. Still time for UCLA. You figure with 35-second shot clock, you're guaranteed at least 1 possession a minute. You could probably, get in 10 possessions a quarter, maybe 11. So you're looking at probably 4 cracks at it for UCLA. Exclusion foul. That's going on Jewel Romer, her first. So big opportunity here for UCLA to get right back within one. Miller walking it inside 2. They got Simmons posting up this time. Cross pass, Leibowitz. Oh, lights the lamp. Lasering it past Eichelberger. And UCLA has converted 4 of their last 6 on the 6-on-5. And Lexi Leibowitz, her first goal of this game, and John Tanner's going to stop the action at the 3:07 mark. Leibowitz has been one of my favorite players to watch in college water polo over the last handful of years. Her 8th goal this season. She had multi-goal games in each of her last 3. The senior from Danville went to San Ramon Valley, one of the top high schools in the East Bay for water polo. Think about Miramonte, San Ramon Valley. Played for the 680 Drivers, one of the top clubs in the Bay Area, alongside La Marinda. Was a 14U MVP at the 2013 JOs. Leibowitz, 3-time JO champ. Well, for Stanford, figure 3 possessions left, something like that. There's still plenty of work to be done here. We're a team that's looking to get to 6-1. Been a high-scoring affair. And usually these games are around 9-8, something like that. 8-7, 9-8. Well, both teams in double figures here this afternoon. They have had some battles over the years. Regular season national championship games. Always fun when these two get together and clash in the tank. And this afternoon has not disappointed. So out of the timeout, out of the Tanner TO, it's Romer. Looking for class, and that pass skips away from her. UCLA on the counterattack, a chance to tie. Bruins with it. Lexi. Drake has the shot stopped by Eichelberger. Katrina Drake, no defenders in her face, and Eichelberger stands on her head. That could be a huge turning point late. Big stop there for the car. I thought maybe Drake could have walked in just a little bit more, but then that defense could have converged on her. She had a great look where she was. Romer, cross pass. Here's Romer, gives it off. Constance. 3 to shoot. Lob shot. Deflected away by Phillips, and she races to take it over. So Phillips, I haven't been doing a great job, I'll admit it, people, of counting saves. That's at least 5 for Phillips, probably more. The Phillips family is watching, I apologize. Common foul called, a chance to tie. It's Abby Hill, deflected and then kept out of the back of the cage by Eichelberger. In transition, great outlet, but can Phillips get there? No, has to retreat. A 1-on-none. Here's Hannah Schab, defense collects. A great job by Leibowitz to get back to stop the apparent 1-on-none. Lexi Leibowitz getting back on her horse. Just a great effort defensively there. Phillips thought about coming out of the cage to try to get the steal. It was a perfect outlet there from Eichelberger. Now the shot clock under 10, and then an exclusion foul. Romer, it's a 6-on-5 and a timeout called by John Tanner with 1:20 to go. This is a 30, I want to say. No. Yeah, this is a 30. I was going to say, I thought Brandon Skiba put his hands on his shoulders, so they can't huddle up. Got him right, getting a few extra seconds. So 1:20 remaining. 11-10 card. A goal here, clinches at least overtime for Stanford and probably the W. Can Stanford capitalize on the 6-on-5? Constance goes up top. Romer, a lot of hands in her face. Class drops it, gets it back from Shab. Sides are even with 1 minute to go. Shab, great look inside, and that one just squirted past. Wallace with potentially the game-clinching goal. Oh, Phillips would like that one back. She had a beat on it and just squirted underneath her armpit. Sophie Wallace, her first goal of the game, makes it 12-10. And for Sophie, her 6th of the season, the sophomore from Newport Beach, the Sea Queen cashing in. Great pass there. I want to say that was Constance. My short-term memory on passes is not very good. Constance was on the lefty side of the pool, and just quick pass inside, a redirect, and a finish from Wallace. So right now, the whole thing is kind of like in basketball, the 2-for-1. You basically need to score in like 10 seconds if you're UCLA. Because otherwise, if they take longer than 20 seconds with 55 seconds to go, Stanford can then just essentially play 4 corners. Keep it away. And this is why you take a timeout here if you're Adam Wright. You can get everyone in the offensive zone with this timeout without having to use any time. So here we go. Needs to be a quick hitter for the Bruins. Phillips is going to walk it in. This is essentially a 7-on-6 here for UCLA. Phillips. Skip shot goes in, and they get the job done. That's Miller. Annalise Miller. So they score with 39 seconds left. It's 12-11. Now, if you're Stanford, there's a 4-second difference. And basically, it's going to be tough. That might not have been Phillips. I'm trying to see. Because they just subbed goalies, and I think it was to put Phillips back in. Now, again, we're on the opposite side of the pool, so we can't tell what that sub was, but pretty sure that was someone else other than Phillips who walked it in for UCLA there. Anyways, what you can do here if you're Eichelberger, you can put it up in the air with 1 to shoot, and that's going to kill off a lot of clock. UCLA is basically going to have like a 22-meter attempt to try to tie this one up. So 4 seconds left. I'm not sure that's exactly how John Tanner wanted that executed. So UCLA's got 4 seconds. And they are going to get somewhat of a look here. And it's not going to be a great look. It'll be better than the Hail Mary I predicted, though. So we'll see. I mean, credit UCLA. They've really hung tough. It was really the start of this game that got them. They were down 2-0 and 4-1 right off the bat. And since then, it's been even, Steven, and better for the Bruins. As Adam Wright's going to draw something up. Really good coach. A UCLA alum like John Tanner's a Stanford alum, so these guys taking over their alma mater programs. Of course, Adam Wright leads the men's team. They just won a national championship last week, defeating USC 7-6 in the finals. Taking down the old Trojan Navy. at Weetangsu Aquatic Center, no less. Marco Pinterich and friends couldn't quite get it done. So let's see what Adam Wright has up his sleeve here. A change in caps. So, again, who is wearing the goalie cap? We can't quite tell. But it is UCLA ball with 4 seconds left. Here it is. And yeah, they're going to have to do that again. The horn sounded. Not sure where that horn came from because the clock hadn't started yet. Oh, yeah, the timeout hadn't ended. I'm right. Not happy, and I agree with him. I think so. Like that horn goes off to signify when the length of the timeout is ended. And what I think happened is that the officials let them start early, and then like the horn wasn't turned off. And yeah, so he should get an extra timeout here. Definitely. Yeah, we could hear Adam Wright saying that's not right. And I would side with him on that. So he's gonna draw up. I'm not sure if it's the same play or a different play. I guess it's different. But yeah, that was interesting. I hadn't seen that one. Yeah, and just getting confirmation from Ryan Finney, the great UCLA SID. Yeah, those Arizona State-Indiana games, all 4 of them taking place at Arizona State. So thank you, Ryan. If I'm reading that text correctly. Anyways, all right, here we go. 4 seconds to go. More important matters on the hand. This is a chance for UCLA to tie and send this to OT. All right, so Ava Johnson, Katrina Drake, Annalise Miller, Brooke Maxson, Lexi Leibowitz, and Malia Allen in the pool. They go to Drake. Lob shot. Knocked away. Saved by Eichelberger, and that's it. It's your final. 12-11, Stanford wins it in a hotly contested battle with the Bruins. And UCLA will get their chance at revenge tomorrow. What a game we had here this afternoon. At least 8 saves for Emilia Eichelberger. Phillips doing a nice job in cage. For Stanford, they got 3 goals from Chloe Harbalis, Sarah Klass, and Jewel Romer. 2 from Hannah Constance and 1 from Sophie Wallace, the one that officially put this game out of reach. And it was a nice one late that just got underneath the outstretched arms of Phillips. For UCLA, a goal from Hannah Palmer, 2 from Bella Baya, 2 from Annalise Miller, 2 from Katrina Drake, 2 from Brooke Maxson, 1 from Skylar Savar, and 1 from Lexi Leibowitz. 6-on-5 numbers, and not quite official, but my best guess at them. Stanford 5 of 10, and then 1 for 1 on the 5-meter penalty. And then UCLA we have at 4 for 8. But again, the Foch will have better numbers than we do. Just a guesstimate there, but we can tell you for certain that this was a lot of fun to watch. So we'll be back here tomorrow at 1 p.m. I won't, but someone else will call the game for you, as Stanford and UCLA will do battle for the second time in as many days. Big thank you to our entire crew, led by Mackenzie Haynes. and Elijah Gonzalez. PJ Reyes, our technical director. On camera, Dan Sherry and Alex Likens. And Evan Miller, our scoreboard operator. For all those people more, I'm saying adios. This is Kevin Dana. Have a good afternoon, everybody. You've been watching Stanford Women's Water Polo on Pac-12 Plus. Your final score for the final time, Stanford 12, UCLA 11. Peace.